Hey, good morning. How y'all doing? It is Well Red Beard. Now let's talk about a book. We're here for a book review, and today I am in Ash and Bone: Tales of Terror by Alfred Alley. This is a short story collection, and it's a good short story collection. I really, really liked it, and I'm giving it 4 stars. It's my first experience with Alfred Alley's work, but his voice felt super original, just a little bit different than a lot of the other horror authors that I read. A lot of thick plots for short stories. I mean, thicker than normal. A lot of subplots, so much so that, in a 10-page story, you didn't even know what the plot was until you got there. And I mean, it wasn't a situation of where there was one plot, one path out, and you didn't know what was going to happen, but you kind of knew the plot and the path. In this case, you didn't know any of that, and for me, that felt original and really enjoyable. So there's 10 stories in this book, and I liked them all, but I have picked my favorite 4. And we will talk about those now. Now, I've done shorts on shorts for all 10 stories. So there are 10 shorts on shorts. Check them out because I'm not going to talk about every story here. We'll link them together into a playlist, the shorts on shorts with the review, and you can check them out at your leisure. My fourth favorite story is Lechuza, and it's like a folk horror piece, an old witch folk tale about a witch that manifests as a large bird, like an owl, but also like this large, like human-sized large bird with a woman's face. And anytime you put a human face on an animal, it creeps me the fuck out. I love that shit. I don't love that. I love it, but I don't. You see what I'm saying? It's creepy. But anyway, a young boy is hunting wild hogs, feral hogs out in Texas, and a lot of these stories take place in Texas. That's where Alfred Alley is based out of, I believe. But these witches usually travel in 3. There's usually 3 of these together, and they're down to 2, so they're looking for a replacement. And it is a creepy story. My third favorite story in this book is Group 3, and this is the one that really got me talking about the multiple subplots. And it's kind of pre-apocalyptic, like really crazy climate change, heat, heavy heat in Texas. I mean, more so than normal. I know that Texas is hot, and because of that, there's this northern migration, and there's this rumored cartel activity going on there in Texas. And then we've got this new clinic that's set up, and they're doing clinical trials. And of course, they said they were going to bring a lot of jobs into the area, but they didn't. But our main character needs money, so there's not a job, but hey, you can sign up for this clinical trial, and we'll probably pull some strings so you just get the placebos. But there's just a lot going on in this story, a lot of misdirection. It felt like 3 stories in one. And I crazy enjoyed Group 3. Medical horror. I like medical horror too. My second favorite story in this book is Keep Them Down. And in this book, there's something going on with the water wells. There's something magical about the water supply to this small town, and it gives the people of the town this long life. So they would live to be like 120, 130 years old. I'm kind of paraphrasing. I may not be exact on that. And look like they're 40. And basically live that way until they just burn out. But because of that long life, when they do burn out, they come back. And don't get me wrong, it's not like they're these dangerous brain-eating zombie creatures or anything like that, but they come back. And our crew of young boys, 4 boys, it's their task to keep them down. That's the name of the story, Keep Them Down. And we open on this young boy, the 4 keep them downers approach. They're talking, whatever. He goes out with them for the day and kind of learns the trade, learns what this means, what it takes to actually keep them down. There's some cool bits about how there's disease that's ravaged the town, and there's cool bits about how like a death in the town used to be like a full town affair. Like everyone got involved. Everyone came in from the fields. Somebody had to make the coffin. Somebody had to make the burial clothes. Somebody had to dig the hole. Somebody had to hitch the wagon to haul the body, and it was a town affair. But now in this town, 3 or 4 people are dying a day, and they just can't. And so a lot going on in this one too. Just a really thick story, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. So my number 1 story in this book, number 9, Lost in the Parallel Forest. I am a setting guy. You know this. I love setting, and this had a very cool. God, I hate the word atmospheric setting. I don't know why I hate the word, but it's just one of those things that like book reviewers always say, and I try not to say it. But very atmospheric setting, you know. And we've got these two girls, and they're kind of into like creepy things. Like they go out to all these places. They've been to all of them though. They've been to all the haunted houses, all the roadside places where the car wreck happened, and a ghost is supposed to appear on this particular night at this particular time. The ghost bridges, the crybaby bridges, all these things. They've been to all of them. And so this forest though, this it's like a grove. Like it was this. I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember exactly, but it was like this government thing, you know, and they planted all these trees, these big, I think they were big red cedars, I think, but 6 foot apart. So like everywhere you look is a path, you know, everywhere is this, you know, 6 foot path, you know, separated by all these trees. So you can really, really get lost in there. But there's a lot else going on there. There's this altar that was supposedly used for like satanic sacrifices, satanic rituals, things like that. And it's called Lost in the Parallel Forest. And for me, there was a part about this story where they do get separated. They do get, you know, lost. One of them does. And it's really crazy, and the creep factor on this particular story jumped off the page for me because, you know, you're in this forest, and she's like, I can't find my friend. So I'll call her, and she pulls out her phone, and when she does, her friend does not exist in her contacts. I was like, oh boy, that's kind of cool. You know, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, she's gone. She's gone. I mean, like that. And I did this thing in my little shorts on shorts where I tried to snap my fingers, and I can't really snap my fingers. So, but she was gone, gone. And that shit was pretty cool, and kind of jumped off the page at me with the creep factor. So, original voice, I mean, really, just a little bit different. I don't know what it was. I mean, I really can't tell you, but just a little bit different than most of the authors that I read. Really, really thick stories for shorts, and these weren't long. Like I mean, most of these were 10 to 12 to 13 pages, something like that. I mean, there were no stories in here that were like 35 pages long or whatever. It just, you know, original, thick. I enjoyed them, and so 10 stories. Ash and Bone, Tales of Terror, Elford Alley. I gave it 4 stars. I think it's worth checking out for sure. I've read a lot of great short story collections, and I'm doing the shorts on shorts, so it's taken me a long time. Like this book that I would have probably finished in a day. I mean, I probably sat with it for 2 weeks and read a story and thought about it, and then read a story and thought about it. And for me, that's been super, super enjoyable. So you got to mix things up, you know, otherwise you burn out. But Ash and Bone, Tales of Terror, Elford Alley. This is Well Red Beard. This has been my book review. My phone is ringing. I hope you have a fine Saturday. I hope you're enjoying all your books as much as I am. If not, you're reading the wrong damn books.